Hi, and in this part we'll be journeying through Chargestone Cave. Now, the Pokemon games do have a habit of having lots of dungeons involving travelling through a very dark and grimy cave, but this is actually a very good way of doing a cave area, and that was Seed, by the way, a grass steel type, which I do really like the idea of. It only has one weakness, granted that weakness is fire, but other than that it's a fairly defensive Pokemon. Anyway, we talk to N here. Now of course I think the fact that N has a baseball cap is possibly a reference to Pokemon protagonists in general. And he's, going on about his opinions and stuff here. His master plan. Maybe this guy has a point. Although he seems to have the same opinions Mewtwo did in the movie. I always thought that was a bit odd how Mewtwo was a character in the films, but I don't actually think he said anything in the games. Now we have Baldur, the sort of evolved form of Rock'n'Roller. Pretty much the same, he's pretty much the Graveler of this generation. Although, if I'm honest, I think he has a more interesting design than Graveler. Anyway, our friends come here and explain the gimmick of this cave. Oh, hello Juniper. I could tell it was you from your theme song. That's interesting. We get a little backstory on the Clinks here, which is like a steel type Pokemon we'll see here. And they established that it only started to exist 100 years ago. So I guess a lot of Pokemon can be created. And she gives us the lucky egg here. Now, any Pokemon holding that will gain double experience points from any battle. Now, of course, this generation has this game mechanic where you get less experience points if you fight a Pokemon that's weaker than you. Which I guess is meant to balance things out, to make sure you don't shoot ahead in terms of levels. So yeah, the lucky egg is a welcomed item. And to go back to the Clink, like I said that some Pokemon were man-made. Yeah, here they are now. That used to confuse me in Generation 1. Because I thought other than Mewtwo, all Pokemon were like animals essentially, and they were naturally occurring. So that did make me wonder about Magneton. But of course, as the generations progressed and, different Pokemon have different backstories, it kind of... Yeah, the idea that some Pokemon are man-made, some are aliens from outer space, and the like, I guess Pokemon can sort of come from anywhere. Maybe some are animals, some are like, some are toxic sludge which came to life. So it kind of makes you wonder what exactly is a Pokemon. And if some Pokemon were created, or if some emerged from out of nowhere, then what makes a Pokemon a Pokemon? Is there like a common Pokemon DNA strand? And again, if some are like robots and some are not, is that even possible? Now this Pokemon here, he's one of the fossil Pokemon, and we didn't see him for long, but he's a really cool Pokemon. He's a rock flying type. He's based off those old prehistoric birds. And I do like his colour scheme of red, yellow and blue. Very bright, very colourful. Then again, I think a lot of Pokemon in this game have, they use lots of bright primary colours. And just the detail of that makes the Pokemon more interesting. And now these blocks here, they seem very similar to strength in a sense, or the way you would use the HM strength in previous generations. Oh, here we go. Now, here's a Pokemon I already wanted to add to my team. It's Joltik, a bug electric type. So, hit him off with an attack here. Hopefully he won't do too much damage. Oh, he's an adorable little spider, isn't he? Oh, he'll paralyse you and drain your bodily fluids. Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Fortunately, he should be resistant. I mean, weak towards the netball here. I was just thinking, in North America, would this netball be called a basketball? And I like how he's called an attaching Pokemon. That's not creepy in the slightest. Now, as for this Pokemon, I decided to call him Robert Webb, or at least just Webb. Now, if you don't know, he's sort of the partner of David Mitchell, the comedy partner, of course, and he's a funny guy too, and he's a spider, so yeah, it makes sense to have David Mitchell and Robert Webb on my team. Now, of course, being bug and electric, he'll become very useful in my battle against the Elite Four. And yeah, he's just a good Pokemon in general. If you want an electric type, yeah, there's this guy. Well, I was saying that you are spoilt for choice for electric types in this generation. Now there is an electric type that looks like an eel, and it knows the ability Levitate, which I'll get back to. I just wanted to point out that Joltik has the ability Compound Eyes, which raises its accuracy. So, I guess it is recommended that you teach that Pokemon Thunder. Now, Thunder's, if you remember, it's a fairly powerful move, but it has low accuracy. So, yeah, Joltik, teamed up with Thunder, should be a pretty lethal combination. But anyway, like I was saying, there is an eel Pokemon here called Electros. Ha ha ha, I see what you did there, Pokemon. And it's an electric type Pokemon that knows which has the ability Levitate. So essentially, it's an electric type Pokemon with no weaknesses, kind of similar to Sableye or Spiritomb. And to catch one of those Pokemon, or its pre-evolved form, it does appear in this area here. So, if you really want to, just take a look around and you'll probably find him eventually. I don't really bother. I'm happy with Joltik. I don't want your crappy eel. Thank you very much. I want my electric tarantula. You can't beat an electric tarantula, really. Now, something I'll point out about this cave, that in Gen 4 they had the brilliant idea of having Pokemon which will only evolve if you level them up at a specific mountain. For example, Magneton would only become Magnezone if you leveled him up at Mount Sinnoh. Now, for this generation, if you level up those Pokemon in this area, that will pretty much do it. That will pretty much do the job. Which I appreciate. And I kind of like the idea how all these electric/magnetic Pokemon are all sort of connected through this cave. Oh. Hey, I get a ninja escort. But hang on, they can't be ninjas, and they're not wearing orange jumpsuits. Yeah, these electric rocks are, they're pretty similar to Strength in previous generations. Except arguably, instead of keep pushing the same block, square by square, you just push a block and it just instantly goes there, so it's kind of like a faster version of Strength. We found iron in a cave. Well, if I had iron in my pocket, wouldn't I be stuck on these magnetic rocks here? Or a fighting gem. Now the gems, I'll just remind you what they are. if you give a Pokemon a fighting gem, the next fighting move it will perform will do more damage, but it only lasts once. So if you just need it for a specific fight. Now here we have the Nugget Brothers, and you just talk to them and you get a free nugget. You get a nugget and a nugget of information. Now of course these dust clouds, there is a chance that you will get a ground type Pokemon, but yeah, I'm just happy to get whatever I get really. Now a good thing about this level's design is the fact that it's sort of, yeah, you can see it, this path has led you back to the beginning, and that's the thing I really appreciate about the level design. The fact that it makes it easy to backtrack. Oh, and here we have one of the Pokemon you can catch from the dust clouds, of course. And here we see Scald in action, and yeah, it's a pretty devastating move. In fact, I think it might be better than Surf. I mean, granted, Surf does more power, but this one has the chance to burn you. And yep, I just wanted to confirm that does indeed lead you back to the beginning. Well, you know, these magnetic rocks kinda look like New Age crystals, man. It's really affecting my karma. It's disrupting my chi, man. Now, Team Plasma are holding up at the bottom of this sort of cave here. And I will say, in terms of caves, this does look a lot more interesting than previous generations. Because honestly, they just look like something made in Minecraft by today's standards. You know, in this one, you see that big cavernous ravine there. It does give you an impression that this is actually like a big cave, not just like a square geometric area. Anyway, if you battle this guy and beat him, he will act as a Pokemon Center. I don't know why these doctors always insist on battling, of course. They should just offer to heal my Pokemon no matter what. Oh, this Pokemon here doesn't really stand a chance. Speaking of which, Jack Black should be close to leveling up by now. And I can't wait until he does, because he really becomes a beast when he gets to his second form. In fact, I think when you fight one of these doctors earlier on, he says something like, "I'm a Pokemon trainer first, a doctor second." And I really do have to facepalm at that. I mean, I get it, you know, in this world we like Pokemon a lot, but you're a doctor second? Bitch, Hippocratic Oath. But anyway, join me in the next part where we'll be finishing this off. Toodaloo.